Hello, I'm Stephen Bulger, and I'm pleased to present you with our summer 2023 exhibition entitled The 1960s, a selection of vintage photographs from Keystone Photo Agency Canada. For many of us, when we think about an important historical event or person, what we call to mind are actually photographs that we've seen of those people or of those events. The Keystone Agency was founded in the early 1900s in London, England, and in the 20th century expanded to a few other cities and countries. Around 1960, Bob Moynier, who was working in the Paris office, convinced the owners of Keystone to let him open a Canadian branch in Montreal. He moved there and operated this business for about 40 years. And during that time, the collection grew to around 300,000 original photographic prints, plus around 200,000 photographic transparencies. For the exhibition, we made a small selection of about 130 photographs, which we put on display. And we arranged the exhibition similar to how an archive is put together or organized. So we have one long wall of personalities, which are organized alphabetically by last name. And I also started to think about some of the major events of the 1960s, such as the building of the Berlin Wall, the rise of the Cultural Revolution in China, counterculture, Expo 67, the space exploration, the Great Train robbery, as well as the Vietnam War. In particular, the Vietnam pictures were fascinating for me because most of the pictures of that event that I've seen in other archives depict more of an American viewpoint of it and what the American censors would allow the public to see. Whereas in Keystone, there's also a great number of pictures showing depictions of the Viet Cong at that time. What's also interesting about all of these pictures is really what's depicted on the back. They're usually filled with captions that give us some clues as to how these photographs were talking specifically to different actions and events in the 1960s, and also how, since that time, we know some of the falsehoods that are contained in those captions, and how misleading photographs can be made in terms of how people depict what's going on in a picture, which might serve more an agenda that they have in mind than even the photographer had in his mind when taking these pictures. Walking through the exhibition, you're overwhelmed with a lot of familiar people and events, and it's a great way to relive experiences that we all shared. As I said, the archive itself comprises about 300,000 photographs, and I can guarantee that if there's a particular person or event that you're interested in, we can help you find an amazing photograph of it. If this video has piqued your curiosity, we welcome you to visit our website to look at more, but hopefully you can come and see the photographs in person. It's an amazing thing to be able to hold one of these little pieces of history in your hands, both front and back, and to reconnect with times and places and people that are important to all of us. Thank you.